Everyone needs to just like what you do. It's just me. Everyone goes to bed for happy. You will sleep. You will sleep instantly. Tomorrow. Tomorrow will be another great day. Good morning, everyone. Again, Gregor. Can't you let us sleep in? Not today. Why? Storm clouds are coming. We need to find some food before it begins to downpour. Gregor, you're overreacting. We have enough food to last us a while. Enough food? I thought we used most of the supplies for last night's dinner. He's right. The meal you made was delicious, but it used a lot of what we have. Gregor is also correct. Participation is unusually high in this area, with many areas being high risk for flooding. It'd be foolish to not go out and look for food today. My brain's really laggy, sorry guys. You really think it'll flood? Thankfully the cabin is on high ground, but that doesn't mean we're safe from floodwaters. It's always a possibility, so it can't hurt to be prepared. Karen's skeptical. You're losing it, Gregor. Karen, there's nothing to worry about. I think Gregor is right, Karen. Huh? It won't hurt to prepare for the worst. I think she's right, Karen. Yeah, Karen. Jeez. Fuck. Karen. Fail to prepare, prepare to fail. Okay. Yeah, I kind of live by that motto. Anatoly. Let's go out and prepare for the storm. Foraging should be a key priority today. There are plenty of edible foods, and it has better odds than trying to hunt. Give me a few minutes, and I'll plot out our route on some paper. Let me help, little guy. How old is he? Anatoly and Gregor head to the bedroom to consult the map. Mariah and Karen are still hanging around. Tutorial. Unfortunately, you can't make everybody happy. When given a choice to speak to a character, choose wisely. You can only select one of them. It's okay. We have a crap ton of saves. It's okay. Try to max out your bond with certain cancers. Try to max out your bond with certain characters for unique dialogue and scenarios. Which one would you like to talk to? To be honest, I don't know if I want to talk to any of them. Like, I want to go like do my own thing. But we're gonna talk to Mariah. Mariah is paging through some of the books on the bookshelf. You walk over to her. There are some great books here. Which one is your favorite? Crafting one, scary one, the romantic one. I don't know. Probably not the scary one. I don't even like horror, guys. I mean, it's growing on me. Some games, like, if they're like story horror games, I love story horror games. But whenever it comes to like horror, like slasher films, I can't do it. So probably not the scary one. I mean, I have horror books that I read, but they're like comic books. And then the crafting one, I feel like that's okay. Like I like crafts, but I feel like it would be boring just if it was like an instruction manual or something. So I'm gonna go with the romantic one because yeah, that was the most intriguing. Oh yeah? I read a few random pages. Seems pretty melodramatic. Why is everybody crying all the time? Maybe the ending redeems it. But from what I've read, this book is hot garbage. Sorry. Mari looks pretty disappointed in your answer. There are definitely some better books you could be reading. I'll write down a list of recommendations later. I knew she wouldn't like romance. I just went with, like, what I would pick. Who knows? She might have liked romance, you know? You hear a cheer from the other room. Sounds like the two are wrapping up their meeting. I need to get a drink. I can't be stuttering like that this whole time, okay? I'll be right back. I'm gonna just leave this recording, I guess. It does that every time I sit down this way. I got a drink and I forgot it on my nightstand. It's fine. I'll just get up whenever I need it, I guess. You hear a cheer from the other room. Sounds like the other two are wrapping up. Are wrapping up their meeting. Gregor and Anatoly come back from their meeting. Gregor is blushing slightly. Hey, can you cook something while we're out? I nod. Thank you. Alright, everybody. We have our route now. Let's beat those rank guys. Bye, guys. Don't die and leave me here. I'll probably go insane. The group leaves, determined as ever, I think it said. You have the cabin all to yourself. What's that noise? Sounds like it's coming from the kitchen. Huh? Radio? What's going on with that radio? You didn't even notice that on the ground until you walked in. Did somebody leave this radio here? It looks newer than anything you've seen before. Seems to be broken. Better hold on to this. I got the strange radio. Before you cook dinner, what should you check out? I don't know. Why are you giving me free choice? I can see all the choices. They're so scattered. Every choice I make. I don't want to go into the basement. That's freaky. I'll go look in the bathroom. I face the spider and might shit my pants. You remember an old tale about a child who said a killer's name 3 times in a meter. But you can't remember how it ended. You're too frightened to even try it. You leave the bathroom a little more scared than when you entered. Morale's back early today. Hey, the others are still looking for food outside. Anatoly found some more berries, but nothing that will feed all of us. Please don't tell the others, but I'm a little worried about our supplies. I crunched the numbers, and we don't have enough food, even with rationing, to last if we get stuck here. Mara seems disappointed in your inventory management. Can you try cooking with a little less this evening? I nod. Yeah, I was gonna ask that, like, how can we afford to put everything in here? But it would be a little different. different if, you know, you liked meat and we could hunt. Tiny little midgy-widgy bit different, maybe. Because that's just another food option that you're not letting us do. Just saying. And are they going far out? It looks like we are in a forest, right? It's not that uncommon to come across plants in a forest, right? We're in this, like, mountainous, hilly, like, area. Thank you. You've done such a great job with meals so far. Why are you looking at me like that? You're very sweet. Is Mariah blushing a little bit? Mariah will remember that. I don't know what I did. Yay! I did it! Maybe you can teach me to cook sometime? I nod. Looking forward to it. You could hold cooking classes here someday. Why would I hold classes here? Anyways, rudely interrupting a tender moment, the others burst into the cabin. Don't be so down, everyone. We got tons of good berries. Jam is so bland without any sugar, though. Do you have any? I shake my head sadly. Yikes. Turn that frown upside down, Karen. Who knows what tomorrow will bring? I'm not smiling for you, Gregor. Missed out. The sunset was really tremendous on our way back. Hues of orange, red, and even a little purple poking out. Red sky at night, sailor's delight. Red sky in morning, sailors take warning. Why? I'm curious. I mean, I've heard of the saying before, but... Okay. Basically, it just means a storm is coming. So, we can expect a sailor's delight tomorrow. It's awesome, huh? Big guy, we must have walked a few miles today. Beautiful area. You could even see snow on top. You could even see snow on the tips of the mountains. That rumble sounded like a dying calf. You look from person to person, trying to determine who it was. It was definitely Mariah. Mariah! I'd recognize that sound anywhere. Gah! Guilty! Mariah looks embarrassed, but the group laughs at her honesty. Except for you. Why is my character low-key a hater too? You search your mind for something to say, but all you can think of is an old riddle. Those who have it do not want it. Those who have at least succeed. Those who have it for too long perish. When you feed it, it gets smaller. What am I? Maybe hunger? I don't know. Cause hunger can be looked at as either like eating or like a deep want, like poetically. So, I don't know. Are you guessing? Are you guessing? You gotta guess. I'll wait. Okay. That's all the time you get. Unless you pause the video, I guess. I can't help that. Dust? No. Try again, big guy. Everyone is pondering the answer. Mariah's face lights up. I got it. Is it hunger? Correct. I'm so smart, guys. That was my guess. Okay, Karen. So, what's on the menu tonight, chef? Bread and jam. You crush the berries in your small mortar and pestle, spreading it on some crusty bread. It doesn't look bad. That bread though, looking a little. You cooked raspberry and jam bread. The bread's a little tough. Gregor, don't look a gift horse in the mouth. But this homemade jam is to die for. Haha. Sorry. No, you're right, Gregor. This bread stinks. Mariah, everybody laughs. You're not sure how this could be called a meal, but I got the job done. Everybody thanks you for dinner and heads off to sleep. You go to bed wishing you had more. Excuse me. You have a strange dream. Something has been clinging to your back for days. You try to see it in the mirror, but you can't get a good look at it. It won't get off. The pain between your shoulder blades is getting worse by the hour. You wander away from the cabin, stumbling by a river to soak your back in cool water. It doesn't work. It cuts deeper into your back, causing the river to turn red. You didn't want things to come to this, but you've exhausted all other options. You swim out to the middle. Rocks on the bottom cut your feet. You slip and fall backwards. You push yourself to the bottom, trying to submerge the creature shredding your back. But it won't drown. It won't drown. It won't drown. You splash frantically, plunging your head beneath the water. You let the current take you downstream. You give up trying to swim to the shore. Water fills your mouth and nostrils. After a minute, you stop struggling against the waters. As you gaze up at the sky, you feel it leaving your back, drifting into the sky as you sink to the bottom. As you take your last gasp, you see what was on your back, staring into your eyes. But you don't even have the air in your lungs to scream. You wake up in a cold sweat. I wish I blinked. Wake up. Sorry, you were making strange noises in your sleep. What's going on, Gregor? Did the lighting wake you up? Lightning. It woke me up. Tried to fall back asleep, but it's so loud. Hug? Let's just go back to sleep and talk about this in the morning. Everybody nods in agreement and gets back in bed. Except for you. You can't fall back asleep. You still have goosebumps from the nightmare. Karen's snoring is making the walls shake. You don't sleep a wink, opening your eyes, when you hear Anatoly slamming the door. He sounds petrified. I looked at the door and we're completely surrounded by floodwaters. Looks like sailors take warning was more appropriate for today. Maybe it'll clear up tomorrow? You're no optimist, Karen. Yeah, that's kind of weird. I mean, she just seems like the type that wants to aggravate you anyways, so whatever you're saying, she's probably going to say the opposite of. But she seems like she's been in a situation where she's seen cannibalization or, like, had to survive in some sort of way that had gruesome effects to her state of mind. She doesn't like meat. She doesn't like blood-looking things. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's all Gregor has going for him. Eek. He's also good at chopping wood, though. Knock it off, you two. Mariah, do you think it'll clear up tomorrow? I'll give it a 27% chance. Based on what? I was bored stiff, so I read a book on local precipitation levels. Anatoly, you're a book nerd, right? Why didn't you read it earlier? Yeah, couldn't make it past the cover. Is that right? Yes. That bookshelf has some great books on artisan crafting and natural sciences. Why let them sit gathering dust? How did you arrive at 27% chance of clearing up tomorrow? It's easy. Take the time of year, multiply a factor of. Mariah begins to explain meteorology to you. She isn't dumbing any of this down. It's similar to where. So the first thing you need to understand, minutes of explanation feels like hours. You look over at Anatoly. He's listening intently to Mariah. So intently he hasn't blinked yet. You can see his eyes drying up. A tear rolls down one of his cheeks. This is brutal to watch. Mariah finally wraps up her lecture, ending with a bow. Nobody claps. Tough crowd. Mariah, that was awe-inspiring. You lost me a few minutes in, but it's okay. I didn't understand a word of it. Anatoly turns to you. There's no telling how long this will last. We can't leave the cabin until these floodwaters stop. I know our food situation is a little tight, but I know you'll make the right decisions. I believe in you. She doesn't believe in me. Oh, me too. Looks like we have enough leftover berries for more bread and raspberry jam. I'll pass on the jam, just give me more crusty bread. Everyone laughs, except for you. With everybody stranded in the cabin. You need to fade it. You need to keep everyone fed and happy. You sneak out to the kitchen while everybody's still talking. You get some crusty bread and start to get to work making more jam. With the kitchen to yourself, you decide to check in on the Chompets.
Hello!
Hello! Don't worry, as leader of the Chompets, I'll make sure none of the humans know about us.
Onion!
That big guy would try eating me like an apple, so definitely tell him about us. Are your plans going awry? Got another cornbread classic for you. Did you hear about the bread maker's bakery burning down? No? Her business is now toast. That one's a little stale. Do you know how raspberry and milk were introduced? You tell her no. Raspberry milk shake. You let out an audible groan. Did cornbread teach you that one? Nope. Waste an entire day on it. It was well worth the time and effort, Raspberry. Maybe you'll win the annual Chompet comedy competition this year. Raspberry! Of course.
Onion!
Now while I'm here, Onion. I won't choke on stage this year. Isn't that every year, Bread? We still talk about that closing joke, Bread. You're going to do great this year. Anyways, don't even think about eating us if you're hungry. Chompats stick together through thick and thin. Hoi hoi hoi.
Raspberry! Raspberry!
Rain or shine. Feast and famine. Potato, I swear to God. Beat the line. We're locking you up again. Life or death. That's right. Chompats. Move up. Chompats somehow managed to close the door on themselves. You bring the crusty bread and jam into the living room. Excuse me. Kieran stops you as you bring in the food. Took you long enough. Kieran looks at the two slices of bread left and the mason jar of raspberry jam. There's mold on these last 2 slices of bread. Scrape it off. If you're in a survival situation, like, it'll be okay. Kieran is right. What in the hell is the matter with you? You grip the knife tightly in your hand. You think this is enough? For 5 of us? Wait, we can't throw this bread away. It's all we have left. Gregor's right. Anatoly, will mold spores give us food poisoning? I'm no scientist. Sorry. Let's pick off as much mold as we can. We can't leave with the floodwaters, so this will have to last us another day. Everybody grimly nods, ripping the bread apart like a pack of wolves. Gregor eats the biggest chunks of mold. He looks so sad. Disgusting. Thanks again. Bread and jam isn't much of a meal, but it's more than we had in Ukraine. Plenty of rainwater outside, so at least we won't die of dehydration. But until the storm is over, we shouldn't leave the cabin. Should clear up if we just give it some time. Anatoly, what makes you think that? One of the books I had. One of the books had weather reports. You're illiterate, so that's a lie. Garen, I've seen him reading. He reads upside down. What do you think? Technically, Karen's correct. I need someone like Karen on my side, okay? She would murder me, I feel like. You're funny. I keep playing pretend, Anatoly. Brutal, Karen. I found an old picture book in the living room, Anatoly. Might be something more your speed. Karen. Karen smiles at you. I guess let's call it a day. Yeah. Sure. I wish the saves had like times on them so I know whenever I saved last. Everyone shuffles off to their sleeping areas. I haven't been saving good, guys. 6 minutes later. I'm glad you called out Anatoly's bluff. You continue to impress. It's a shame Anatoly is sleeping in the same bedroom. I should have never shared it with him. Why? What if it was just me and you? No offense, Karen, but I don't really wanna... I'm sure we could study and squeeze a few novels in before bed. I nod. Well, we'll have to kick him out at some point, right? Oh, you'll have to tell me about that animatomas anatomization book in the bedroom. Really cool pictures in there. Karen looks like she has a crush on you. Let me know if you're ever free for a lesson. Okay? Karen walks away, looking very happy. You are definitely sure Karen will remember that. Just knock myself in the head. I felt that in my head. You go to sleep very hungry. You don't dream in the entire night, but you sleep through everyone waking up. And that's how fast a deer could run if startled. Whoa. Incredible. Impressive. I wonder if Karen's, like, not such an asshole whenever I'm, like, not around. You know? Some people act different whenever they're around other people, you know what I mean? So I feel like maybe she could be one of those people. Maybe she throws a joke here and there whenever they're around, you know, and I'm not around. But I feel like she's more of an asshole whenever I'm around. I wish we had a deer here. With the food getting lower, let's just skip today's meal. No! It's only for one day. Various cultures and religions have practiced fasting throughout history. Doesn't make us feel any better, Anatoly. What options do we have? Our food wasn't rationed properly. Anatoly leaves mumbling to himself. So passive-aggressive of him. I don't think so. That wasn't... I mean, I didn't think it was. He was just trying to, you know, lighten the mood, and I think he's right. Personally, you know, you can go days without food. You need hydration. That's really what you need, isn't it? Everyone moves to a separate area. Karen in the bedroom, Gregor in the living room, Ryan in the kitchen, and Anatoly in the bathroom. Excuse me. Who do I want to speak to? There's like a different word for speak in each one. Let's converse with Anatoly. I'm done using the bathroom, sorry. Must have been daydreaming. Anatoly looks at you oddly. Do you ever have that problem? You should get that checked out, buddy. But I do personally. Like, I daydream, like, against my will, and it is so strong each time I do it. Of course. Good way to cure boredom. What do you daydream about? Cooking? I know it. No, not usually. Usually, it's just a really good stare. Yeah, I thought so. I can tell that you have a history of cooking. So, you can tell Anatoly struggling with small talk. What's the best thing you've ever cooked? Children is crazy. Wow, feast, huh? Wonder who it was for. You'll have to tell me sometime, okay? Anatoly is looking at you dreamily. You will definitely remember that. Later. Bye. Bye. Sorry, guys. Oh my god. Bye. I'm done. You decide to head back to the others. Everyone looks pretty down this evening. Yeah, they're starving. It won't stop. You're all doing great, just a little longer. Oh yeah, it's raining again. He looks so sad. He looks like he's gonna cry. I'm so hungry. Me too. You wish everyone a good night and get ready for bed. Your stomach is growling more. You have a strange dream. His boy is yelling at you in the kitchen. You keep telling him to lie down on the tray, but he keeps screaming at you, calling you names. So you show him how it's done. You lie down on the tray and make your body as flat as a board. A smile claws across his face. His anger turns to courage, and he pushes you into the oven. As the stench of burning hair fills your lungs, you see him sneering back at you. You wake up in a cold sweat. Everyone seems to be sleeping in later than normal. Your stomachs must have been... Your stomachs must have kept them awake all night. The rain is still pouring outside. You can barely make out the trees from the windows. You hear Mariah getting up. She looks petrified. I couldn't sleep. And Anatoly has bags under his eyes. The storm's too loud. Karen looks out of it. She really does. The cabin was creaking so much last night. It sounded alive. Gregor looks a little gaunt. I gotta look good. I gotta look good. I got a good look out the window. And? All I saw was rain. Great observation, Gregor. I was so hungry last night. Kept pacing around the bedroom. Karen turns to you. When is this going to end? I checked outside the door again. Floodwaters keep rising. Unfortunately, we're going to need to stay put unless one of us wants to drown in rainwater. Once the weather improves, we'll be able to scavenge for supplies. How close is the nearest town? I don't know. Didn't you have a map on you? I think I dropped it when we were running after Gregor. I'm sure it'll show up eventually. Ha 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 ha. Mariah and Anatoly goes white as a sheet. How are we going to find our way back now? We'll have to ride out the storm. Mariah looks at you. We're down to our last slice of bread. I don't know how much longer we can put off eating. The group stares at you. It will clear up in no time. Maybe you're right. The group looks worried. They all gravitate to different areas. Jesus. Gregor's fake optimism is worrying, and Mariah is having trouble. Who do you want to speak to today? Yeah, I don't know how Gregor is being so optimistic. We're starving, literally, and he's just like, it'll be okay. Is he hoarding food? I'm about to go check and see. Oh, hey. I know you already searched the kitchen, but I had to double check. A fool's errand. I wish everyone was in better spirits. It can't rain forever, right? Actually, recently, it's been raining, like, every day. I don't even know how long it's been raining for. Like, that's how long it's been raining. It's been flooding. And in my area, it's like flash floods, so that's not very good. It's been at least like 3 days that it's been raining straight, and like it's just not getting any better. It's getting colder outside. It's like 35 for me right now. Rainfall in this area can last days to weeks. You tell Gregor to stay strong. You know what? Thank you. The group is really thankful for your kindness. Gregor blushes a little bit. I always wanted to be the one that kept everyone in good spirits, but it's obvious you do that's much better. Gregor is looking at you fondly. Sure, Gregor will remember that. The rain is pounding hard against the wooden cabin, but at least none of it is getting inside. You tell Gregor to keep his spirits up and join the others. He's really out of it now. You call everyone together. They all look nervous. You could cut the tension in the room with a knife. Everyone's staring at you. They're expecting that last piece of bread for dinner. No way they're gonna make me choose who gets a piece of bread, right? Bring it out. Everyone cannot take their eyes off of it. You instruct everyone to take a pinch. And slowly, all 5 of you take it apart like a wishbone. Everyone studies their piece of bread carefully, wondering how long it will last. Karen is the first to eat hers, chewing each bite a few hundred times before swallowing. And Atali chews it cautiously, slowly swallowing as he looks at the others. Mariel nibbles on it silently, eyes wide, moving from person to person. And Gregor just pops it in his mouth like a cherry. He inhaled it. The group thanks you awkwardly. It's not much, but you've run out of options. You wish everyone a good night and get ready for bed. You go to bed starving. Good morning. Good morning. Let me check if the rain has stopped. It hasn't. You can hear it. It's still flooding. What are we going to do? Humans could live 2 to 3 weeks without food. Water isn't a concern. Rainfall should end in a day or two, right? Actually, dissipation can occur more than 215 days a year here. Where do they live to where it rains so much? What kind of climate is that? There's a rainforest, but like, I thought rainforests didn't get much water because they're like really hot and humid and stuff. I don't know. Anyway, I think we're going to stop here. But do you think it will really rain that long? We're gonna stop here and I'll record more later. But yeah, this is Cooking Companion so far. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm getting really sleepy and I cannot read any longer. My bed is calling for me. I gotta go to sleep. I don't even know what time it is. What time is it? It's 12:51, so it's time for me to go to Schmeep. Yeah, so I'm off to Schmeep. Good night. Good night. Good morning. Morning, night. Good night. I'm leaving now. You decide to